My first meal in town was with Christian at your restaurant for lunch.
Really?
Huh?
Yes.
And I barely go off and eat anything different than I ate that very first time.
Yeah.
Burial salad with the tuna steak and the freeze.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you can't go wrong.
And I just kind of go, I look at the menu and I go, I don't really want to try anything else. I'm good.
That is good. Yes, that's
That's a
our
good-
seared ahi tuna. Is just sushi grade.
That's
and
a good
it's
sign.
fabulous. Yes.
That's a good sign. And we have a little bit of that.
We have a little bit of
Ahi
that.
tuna
Yeah, we
we're
do.
going into.
We do.
Also, local wines, big part of your restaurant
We
featuring
do.
local wines.
We do. We have almost all local wines. We do have a few things that we try to bring in once in a while from out of the area, but our customers that do come from different areas of Paso Robles, that's what they're coming here for. Mm-hmm. So we have scaled back from trying Napa wines and different wines to mostly local, and we try to change that up too, because there are so many great wines in Paso Robles now, and wine tasting, I change my wine list twice a year, and wine tasting has become probably my most favorite job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, very fun.
Yes.
And we have some J.Dusi on the menu too.
it's very fun. Yes,
at
absolutely.
Berryhill.
That does not come off.
That one doesn't come off the list.
No, it sells fantastically. We actually have that by the glass.
Yeah, very cool.
So if you ever want to just come in and have a glass and not have to buy a bottle, that's where you should come.
Excellent.
And I don't have a tasting room, so that works out perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll taste you.
So once again, Chef Jody's from Berryhill Bistro. That's it's 1114
Yes.
Pine Street, downtown Paso Robles. Like you said, just a couple doors down from the movie theater,
Yes.
which is right on the square in downtown Paso Robles. Local wines, full bar too. We
Full
talked about
bar as well,
so
yes.
come in and have a
We're
drink.
just a service bar. I don't stay open after 10, 11 o'clock. So,
So
we,
just with food.
yes,
Just
we have
what you're
wonderful martinis, and we have a lot of fun drinks.
Great,
And
great.
it's very fun.
Well, let's start our wine flight here. We're coming in. We're going to start like we did last week, and like what you'll find in most tasting rooms or any kind of wine flight situations. We start with the lighter, whiter wines at the beginning, and work our way down to the bigger, bolder, more complex sort of wines. And it's just a way to keep your palate from blowing up too soon. Some of the wines get to be really big, bold, complex. And they can blow out some taste buds that you'll need to pick up some things in some of these lighter white wines. So we've all poured already our very first one. This is the white one here. Let's talk about the Pinot Gris.
Yes,
Janel.
this is a new bottling, 2011 Pinot Gris, and I can't imagine. It's a great summer wine. It just kind of screams summer in a glass to me. Mm-hmm. It is a Pinot Gris from the west side of Paso Robles, from our family-owned and farmed vineyard. And it's designated as the Fossil Creek Vineyard. So this Pinot Gris is just very light and refreshing. It's stainless steel fermented, so you're not getting those deep oaky flavors to it, but more that lighter, fresh, crisp. And I think we're pairing it with a great salad today with the citrus of the grapefruit and the creaminess of the avocado and spiciness on these nuts. I had a snack of one earlier.
Yeah.
And they really balance well with each other because of the freshness, and if you smell it, the aroma is off, the floral notes and the citrus and more like tropical fruits too.
Yeah,
so
like pineapple. There's like pineapple kind of a thing coming out. Before we go any further, we got a question. We are taking questions off the chat. The chat, when you're watching us on the screen, there'll be a chat box just off to the side here at CentralCoastLive.com, and you can just pop in a question to us, and we'll try to answer those as we go along. Back to sort of setting up about J.Dusi wines. It's not just Zinfandel.
not anymore.
However, you do. How many? I mean, I was looking on the website. There's got to be 10 of them, or at least
those are
blends.
past vintages. So on the website
blends.
there are since the first vintage for resale was 2006. 06, 7, 8, 9 are on the website. I also have a Zinfandel blend that I created in 2009 for the first time.
Right.
And on the far left over here we have the Zin Port. So it's 100% Zin. As well as the Zinfandel on the table.
Right.
100% Zin. In the beginning, I was trying to take my family's fruit and produce as much as I could with it. So I did Zin Blend, and Zin Port. Since then, in the cellar, I kind of want to bring a few things and play around with. So 2009, I have some Syrahs on the table here, and very excited again about the Pinot Gris. just from this harvest right now, Pinot Gris, it's amazing that 2011 harvest was, I picked this in the beginning of September, and I can already have it in a bottle and enjoy it for this spring.
Wow, yeah.
Which is a great thing about these nice, crisp whites.
Yeah, you can turn them around real quick. You don't have to ferment them a long time. They're just straight to the bottle.
Fermentation takes the same, but the ageability,
right.
yeah, you don't necessarily on a stainless steel fermentation don't need to age it that long. So I can go in the bottle, I can get right out there, and give you a quick satisfaction from your vintage, as opposed to the reds where they go in the barrel for a long time.
You get some quick financial satisfaction.
It's quicker to the store shelf, so it just makes more sense.
We call it Chateau Cash Flow if Tobin hadn't already taken the name.
Yeah. So we're already, just tonight for the record then, we got the Pinot Gris, we've got a pure Zinfandel, 100% Zinfandel. We're going to do a couple Syrahs.
From two different vineyards.
Two different
one
vineyards.
One east, one west.
And then we're going to do the port, or what's a late harvest. We'll get into that a little bit. So mostly Zen, but you're starting to dabble now with other things.
Exactly, having some fun in the cellar. But the biggest production wines are the Zin and Zin Port. So I do the most of Zin, but I've been playing around, like I said, with some
fun stuff in the cellars. Like there's about 70 of the very oldest vines in the old vine planting, and the Zinfandel vineyard actually are Carignan.
Wow.
And they're held out separate. And so a couple of 3 barrels of that are out there, and then she gets a little Tempranillo from my Tempranillo vineyard, a little cab from the new family vineyard, and the cab and Tempranillo blend is great. So there's a lot of little things going on that are starting to come out.
And this is just you said 2006, so this is just really you're 5 years into this, really.
Yes, legally wise, and
Yeah.
onto the the J.Dusi wines.
But that's like a
label.
But that's like a farm kid, though. You grow up driving the tractor way before you're supposed to be able to drive the tractor.
My first vintage was 1996,
right?
And I was 16 years old and just had this burning passion that why work so hard and grow these grapes all year and then sell them to other wineries in town who want to use our name on the label and my dad and grandfather were like, because that's what we do. We're farmers, that's what we do. We don't want to mess with that. So I kind of went around them and got their help, and they had a little fun with it. And grandfather helped me teach me the basics in '96, and we made a little 15-gallon barrel in his garage, and it was fun. I ended up submitting it to the Mid-State Fair in 1997 in the amateur winemaking contest.
Oh my gosh!
Well, I'll tell you, you're in a wine country region though when nobody in the high school says boo to the fact that a student's senior project is making alcohol.
Yeah,
and carries it to school to give it to people because it's just part of the community, to the teachers,
to the teachers.
People. It's Christmas gifts, and I didn't realize how odd it was until now. They was like,
you couldn't do that.
I thought it was weird. You brought us alcohol at school, but hey,
but it's a wine region, and it's an agricultural product.
It is.
It's a homey product.
It just happens to be booze.
It just happens to be.
But I think at the same time, it was 96, 97, and Paso Robles wasn't the thriving, booming wine industry it is now, even though it was so short not too long ago.
Right.
So I think it really shows how Paso Robles has progressed, and we have lots of great restaurants now, a lot of great wines, and as well as varietals like the Rhones, like Syrah's doing really well in the area also. So
absolutely,
it's definitely a good progression here.
All right, well, let's talk about the pairing here, Berry Hill Bistro. Tell us about this little salad that you made for us. Janelle mentioned, it's got a little bit of grapefruit. We call it a grapefruit salad, which matches the citrus here with what we have.
Yes, we thought we'd have something citrusy because I really liked the wine. Janelle brought me in some wine, and I said, wow, I think we should have a little spice with it and a little fruit. So the grapefruit salad is on our menu, and it's grapefruit, blue cheese. It has
now that's a combination I've never had. I'm having this for the first time. I've never had blue cheese and grapefruit.
It's a little different, and
I love both.
It has the spiced cashews nuts to add a little zip to it.
They do.
The dressing's very, very light. It's not a heavy dressing, so mostly because you have so much flavors going on there. And fortunately, we always have great avocados in this area, so
we are very lucky in that regard.
So it does turn out really well with this wine.
Yeah, and I think there's a softness to the wine that balances that spice.
Yes,
it cuts that spice right away.
It's great with spicy food, but I do love, even in this one salad, tasting it with the wine, you know, you get a grapefruit bite, you're kind of getting something else out of the wine. You get the avocado with the blue cheese, more creaminess. It brings out something else in the wine. So it's kind of interesting with so many things in the salad that it
really does.
All the
it's
fruit's
fun.
coming from the wine right now because as it's warming up in the glass, it's just doing this.
Yeah.
The whole flavor
And
profile of the wine.
this would be good with any salad. This wine, this
Right.
white wine. I have. Well, I mean, just other than me, but I have a variety of salads that this would go very well with. My
Right.
signature salad is called the Berry Hill salad, and it has Granny Smith apples and caramelized walnuts, and it would be wonderful with this as well.